Now, Illinois Congressman Krishnamoorthi. Congressman, a new YouGov CBS poll out today shows Republican voters overwhelmingly continue to support Trump. That tracks with a lot of the other polling we've been seeing. And I think it tells us why we see elected officials like Kevin McCarthy defending Trump as they are. He now says he vows to investigate the indictment. What do you make of that?
Well, I think that he's saying what I think politically he feels he has to say. But I have to tell you, I mean, the indictment itself, as Trump's former Attorney General Bill Barr said, is, quote unquote, very damning. It lays out in excruciating detail the nature of the documents that have been knowingly withheld, and then how Trump basically obstructed justice in trying to hide, move, and in some cases asking them to be destroyed. And this is documents that detail defensive capabilities of the U.S. and its allies, our vulnerabilities to attack, our nuclear program, as well as how we might retaliate were we attacked. So I'm hoping that there are more voices on the other side who kind of recognize the gravity of the situation and the fact that, you know, we can't ever let these types of documents see the light of day.
Talk to me, Congressman, about how you deal with this reality moving forward, specifically in the House of Representatives. What does it mean for the people's work knowing that Trump's indictment now hangs over everything? Do you think that Republicans will be able to legislate, or will they be completely distracted by this indictment?
I'm not sure. As you know, they're completely distracted right now by other matters that have basically thrown the House majority into chaos. The House majority does not have control of the floor, as you know, from developments over the last week. This will probably cause them to continue to try to unite in this weaponization theme. But obviously, you know, facts will come out in this case. And as the months and weeks and months unfold, I think they'll be hard pressed to say that there's nothing to this indictment. And so I think that will be a constraining force on them.
Congressman Raja Krishnamoorthi, thank you, as always, for taking the time to be with us.